Hello everyone. In this video, I'll show you what you can make from a non-working LED bulb. Using a metal spatula or a flat screwdriver, you need to take the bulb apart. Take out the board with the LEDs, we won't need it. Next, we make markings on the bulb's housing. Now, according to the markings, we cut off part of the housing. To remove any unevenness, we sand it with sandpaper. Using an awl, you need to make a hole in the lamp base and then insert a piece of wire into it and solder it. You also need to attach a piece of wire to the second contact of the bulb. Next, you'll need a small motor with a gearbox and a piece of fiberglass board. You need to attach it using the contact from the motor. Solder the wires, thread them through the holes you made, and apply glue to the fiberglass board. And also apply glue to the light bulb housing. Thread the socket wires through the hole as before and glue them to the fiberglass board. Next, take a bottle cap, punch a hole in the center and trim a small piece off. Now put the cap onto the motor shaft and secure it with hot glue. Glue the wires to the printed circuit board. You'll also need a limit switch. It should be glued to the printed circuit board so that it presses against the cap and stays pressed. When the cap rotates, the limit switch should turn on and off. You'll also need an old mobile phone charger for this project. Cut the wires off the board and then attach it to the printed circuit board. Solder the socket wires to the board section where 220 volts are supplied. We also need a doorbell with a remote control button. It needs to be disassembled. Unscrew the board and put the batteries back in. There's one microchip on the board. That's what we'll use. Take a multimeter and connect one probe to the negative terminal of the batteries. Then set it to voltage measurement mode. With the second probe, touch the pins of the microchip and look for the one where voltage appears when you press the button. The voltage appears on the third pin. Desolder all wires from the board except the power supply ones. Now solder a wire to the pin where the power appeared. Next, glue this board to the printed circuit board as well. Take a 3V Zener diode and a 10 ohm resistor and solder them in parallel to the plus and minus on the charger board. Solder the doorbell's negative wire to the motor wire and connect both to the charger's negative. Solder the doorbell's positive wire to the charger's positive. Connect the microchip wire to the motor's second wire. Solder a piece of wire to one of the contacts where there will be 220 volts. Solder the other contact through a limit switch. That's it, the soldering is done. Screw this into the socket and check if everything works. Everything works great. Next, take a can from some canned food. In the center of the can, make a hole, then widen it with metal scissors. Apply hot glue to the Textolite and glue it inside the can. I used a rubber ring to hide the cut on the light bulb. Next, let's take a bottle and cut off a small part of it. Put the bottle piece in the jar to keep the board from shorting out on the case. In the lid of the jar, you also need to make a hole in the center. Insert the threaded bushing into the hole and screw the lamp socket part onto it. Then we run the wires through, close the lid and connect the socket. The homemade project is now complete. Now let's move on to testing it. We screw our invention into the chandelier socket and then screw in the bulb itself. Now you can remotely turn on the bulb with the doorbell button. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.